Survived.
We are live. Yay. He's back. We're just killing the time till he got here, bro. Seriously.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't think it would be long, but it was just a matter of getting him to wake up.
Just double checking that we are live. Did I change the title on that properly? Doesn't look like I did. No, should be episode 21. Let's just change that. Everything else I changed except for that. Right, chat. We are here and we're live, and I think everything's working properly by the looks of it. Definitely looks that way. So, Dill's here. He's in the foundry. He's all hunky dory. We're all sorted. So we'll, without any further delay, should get into it. Don't forget, chat. We've got a couple of channel points in the Twitch chat where you can give the players an advantage or the DM an advantage, depending on how spicy you feel. And we'll go from there. Players, don't forget you have your luck rolls available, which refresh at the start of every session, in case you have a failed roll, or you can use it against the DM also. Right, I'll resub from Mr. Sticks, 38 months, holy jeepers.
Are we not allowed to use our channel points? No?
Fuck no. no players using channel points, I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. Nice try.
Yeah.
Nice try.
I have too many.
Anywho, unless you're going to give it to the DM, of course, then we'd probably say yes. But without any further ado, let's kick this off with a recap from session 20, the Blighted Vintage. After arriving at the long silent Wizards of Wine winery, you realised the place had been overrun. An unnatural silence hinted at something far more sinister than simple neglect. Choosing caution over chaos, you barricaded yourselves inside, using overturned wine barrels to block off several entrances. With the creak of wood and the faint scent of souring grapes, you transformed the old winery into a temporary fortress. Seeking refuge, you slipped into a cramped bottle-making room, where glass and dust offered at least a moment of safety. From there, you descended into the cellar, where you discovered the Martikov family imprisoned, cold yet alive. Freeing them, they revealed the truth. The winery had been seized by corrupt druids and their army of twig and vine blights, serving dark and unnatural forces that had tainted the land. With two of Dabian Martikov's children joining your cause, you launched a coordinated strike against the invaders. You clashed with the druids and their creations in a brutal fight. The corrupted vines fell, along with two of the druids. You emerged wounded but victorious, blood and sap mingling on the wooden floor. Now, as you take a moment to rest and recover, the air still hums with unease. The Martikovs speak of a druid leader, a more powerful foe still out there, one who commands the dark magic that brought ruin to the vineyard. And this is pretty much where we rejoin you as you steel yourselves for another battle. You know, with the information that you've been given, that the druid leader could potentially be in an adjacent room, or a couple of rooms away from where you currently are, in the loading bay. Jarek, in his travels around the outside of the house, or outside of the winery, peered through a window and saw a disheveled druid hanging on the crane in the loading bay, muttering something in Druidic, which he didn't quite catch. To give you a little bit of insight here, if this shows up, tell me if you guys see that. That is Dabian Martikov. That is your host. He is, again, like I say, he's pretty old, but he commands respect from his family, and you can see that he has that leadership quality about him. So that is him. As you are in this area, there are a few things sort of sitting around this room. We'll get the first roll of the night out of the way. I'm going to get all of you to roll a perception check for me. use the roll in the chat, or you can roll it from your own sheet. It's up to you.
Disappeared after. Oh, no.
Yeah, it'll come back. So we got 18 from Orvan. Oh, we've got some low rolls there.
Well, the dice changed.
So, highest with a 22 from a Reed, 18 followed by 18 with Orvan. As sort of looking around this disabled room, you can see that the druids have been in here, these bits of twig and vine sort of around the place, and you can smell that there's almost that dirtiness of unwashed skin and old mud kind of mingled together. But Reed, and I'd say Orvan as well, not simultaneously, but about the same time, you notice an old book sort of sitting on the center table there. It's open at a page. As you sort of peer over at it, looks like a ledger of sorts. And just having a quick nose at it, you notice that it lists wine deliveries. It's got a list of wine deliveries. Like one delivery there says 12 barrels of the grape mash number 3 going to BV, capital BV. Knowing you've been in this place a little while, you've been to the Blood on Vine in Berescar, so kind of makes sense. Kind of think, okay, Blood on Vine makes sense. That would be it. Next one sort of reads 9 barrels of the grape mash and 6 barrels of the dragon variety to capital BW. You assume that to mean maybe Blue Water Inn, perhaps. Another one just says capital K, several barrels gone to a place called capital K. You're not sure what that's in relation to at this stage. And then you just have another one that says 6 barrels and it just says Vistani in all caps. So looking at this, and this was probably 2 months ago, looking at the dates based on what you've determined of where you are at the moment, looks like it's been over the last several weeks ago at the very least. Do any of you flip further through the book, as like the Martikov seem to be engaged in a conversation, not really paying attention? Do you flip further through the book to point it out, like for Orvan and Reed? Do you point it out any further to anyone else in the party about it, or you just leave it as it is and take that information on board?
I'll flip further and then point it out to anybody, I guess, because Jarek's probably interested in weird books.
Oh, books
as well.
So flipping several pages backward, because it seems to be the last entry moving forward, you sort of flip forward and it's a blank page. So going back a few pages, you see repeat orders to those same places that seem to be like monthly or 6 weekly kind of turnarounds on a lot of these deliveries. There's a couple of deliveries that have one just says MM on it. You go back maybe a year, maybe 2. It's kind of hard to tell what year it is here, but you sort of go back several pages and there is one of the oldest records. As you keep going back further, you got multiple of these repeat records. You go back, and then one of the oldest ones towards the front of the book, and looking at the dates as you're going back, this is well over 100 years prior. So the winery's been here for a long, long time. And one of the very first entries in the book is a capital S, which was 10 barrels of the, I think it's the dragon variety, which is the most expensive, the champagne de la Stomp, I think it is. To S, it's just got a big capital S on it. So if you want to,
that's like for the prince or anything like that in particular.
Roll insight. Actually, roll insight. It'd be an intelligence check. So if you want to roll an insight check to see if you can determine who that might be.
Oh.
Well, it's not horrible. 14. I would say it would be a pretty close assumption that would probably be Prince Strahd. Now, again, looking at that, the prince is human. You've met him. He looks human. Again, you guys know that there are a multitude of races around in Faerun and maybe the same here, but what you've seen in this place particularly is that the bulk of the people here are human. So if the prince is human, you've met him recently, and the man you met looks to be 35, maybe late 30s, early 40s at most. But if this is going, I mean, it may not be the prince, it could be his father, it could have been just the Strahd family it's going to, but the math doesn't add up if it's him. Like, you thought, oh, this might be the prince, and then when you sort of work the math out, you think, well, maybe it might have been his father, perhaps, or another member of the family, or just going to that household, because the math doesn't really add up if he's human.
It's fine. Strahd's a
we
very
also learn-
long-standing name. It's okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we also learn from, was it Yvonne, that people don't necessarily die the same way?
Yes.
Like, some people come back to life in different ways. And
You did learn that from Yvonne, indeed. So you know that this place has secrets, that the dead don't necessarily die, and that the ones that do generally remain. Like, death here is not the end, essentially, is what you've been told.
right.
When does the ledger, because you said that it had like dates on the...
Yeah, so the one
front,
with
so
the
when
S
did
on
that
it, this is probably the front. So
stop?
you're going back, maybe if you go right to the front, you're probably going
the
back
one that we just read.
one of the oldest, this is one of the oldest entrances, so it's well over 100 years old. Prior pages that have other initials and stuff on them don't have any dates, but the oldest date in the book is roughly, it'll be over 100 years prior to your current situation. As far as you can tell, it's sort of going back 100 years based on the dates that sort of there. You don't know the exact date. I mean, I'd assume you'd have an understanding of time. It may be different here. We don't know. You're aware that you're in a place that is not Faerun. That much you have discovered. Whether it's a hidden place of Faerun, you're not entirely sure at this stage, but things are definitely different here and not right. So it's entirely possible that time moves differently here too. So, with that, eventually Davian sort of turns to you and says, "We must move quickly before Druid has time to escape or call more of these creatures, or get them inside from outside. I will remain here and do what I can. My children will aid you in this battle. I am a little old to fight." And he gives a nod to the two older children, and they basically ask if you're ready, and you head out.
Try not to hit them.
Try not to hit them. So moving into the, I'm just going to move you guys into the hallway all together so you can all see. You're going to be stacked on top of each other for the time being, but at least you'll all be able to see what you are looking at.
Back on the boss.
Stack. So you move out into the hallway. You see a 15-20 foot hallway with a door at the other end, which is closed currently. In this time that you've been waiting, one of Davian's his son, or his son-in-law, should I say, has lit a couple of overhead lanterns in this room and out in the hallway, so you can see a little bit better. Moving closer to this door, you can still hear the murmurings from the other side, so it's clear that the druid is still close by, or at least within earshot. There is light coming from under the door, so you would suggest that there is light on the other side ready, so that you're able to see when you move into the space. So, question is, are you going to just burst through the door and attack? Are you going to, what is the plan here, and who's going first? Because it's going to be a bit of a, obviously you've got a narrow corridor. You're not all going to be able to burst into the room together. There's going to be a bit of a jockeying for position here. So what is thy plan?
We all burst in together. Let's go!
That's a pretty small door for the lot of us. Could try and open it carefully and see if they notice.
I think they've already heard us fighting the other guys, no?
I mean, they heard you. They definitely didn't hear me. I'm super quiet. No.
I
That'll
didn't
make
do
all the
any-
difference. It's
I
like,
was in
oh,
the
we're not
back line.
expecting you. It's fine. Oh, you did nothing. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I was in the back line. It's fine. I was just
Yeah.
shooting off.
Just shooting off pretty lights, it's fine.
Yeah. So Arcos will go down the corridor and see if he can at least like get a sense of what's going on in that space without alerting the people who are obviously on the other side of the door and probably
Haven't we
super aware.
established you can't see for
that we're here.
shit though.
No worries. So,
No, I haven't established that at all.
no, he hasn't established that at all.
He's fine.
He thinks he's fucking brilliant and so perceptive. So, you we'll get a stealth roll from you as you're going to approach the door trying to remain undetected. So we'll get a stealth roll from Arcos.
Yay. That roll's still good. Just the rest of them that are shit.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's
26. It's a good roll. You very cautiously and quietly edge your way to the door. So looking over your shoulder, giving them a cheeky grin as you move with virtually no sound. Stepping over a couple of boards, you notice that are slightly loose that you know would probably squeak underfoot. And you put your rather large here and gone ear up to the door and listen to see what you can hear. From the other side, as I said, you were definitely able to hear the murmurings from the other side of this doorway. Where is my notes on this one? Loading winch, there it is. You hear a man's voice. It's kind of gruff, kind of deep, murmuring something you have no understanding of what he's saying. It's in a language you don't understand, as I'm pretty sure you do not speak Druidic.
Nah, not at the moment.
And you don't hear anything else. You just hear his voice. You don't hear any movement. As far as you know, I mean, without knowing what he's saying, you're not sure if he's talking to anyone or he's talking to himself or... does Arcos have magic at all? Any magic?
Yes.
So he has an understanding of the arcane a little bit?
Like
Makes me
very minute. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have
feet.
you have an understanding of basic magics. So I'll get you to roll an Arcana check at disadvantage because it's a really basic understanding.
I was gonna say I think my roll would be a disadvantage anyway. I've still got that thing going on.
Oh yes, you do.
I'm still nutty as fuck.
You're still a bit crazy.
Not nutty. Sorry.
Still a bit crazy. So with a 7, you're not sure what he's doing. It's just kind of a murmuring of words to you.
Yeah.
But
Feels bad,
again,
I'm sure.
hard to tell whether that he's noticed you and he's talking to people coordinating an attack, or whether it's just him babbling to himself. But it's because it's quite evident to you guys that these druids are affected by some form of hysteria or brain rot. They're definitely not themselves. So that's pretty much what you determined so far.
Okay, I'm going to. So I look back and I'm like, try and indicate that, like, I'm just gonna shrug because I've got no idea what's going on. He's like, I'm going.
I'm just looking at you blankly, being like, "What?"
He just signs that he's gonna, like, he does this with his hand. He's gonna open.
Try the door. Okay, so
unless it's one of those, and then.
No, well, yeah, it's the doors here aren't your typical door with a round door handle. They're more like a lift latch. So you lift it and it lifts a latch from the other side, and it works on both sides. So what you see is a small metal bar. It's got a little like a welded handle on it. It's more cast than welded, but it's got a little handle that you can grab and lift the metal bar out of a slot on this side of the door to open it, and you know that you have to lift it reasonably high to get the other side to disengage as well. And it doesn't look like there's any kind of lock on it, especially not from this side. The handle lifts without any problem, so it's, for all intents and purposes, as far as you're aware, the door is not locked.
So it's gonna pop it open a little bit.
With that stealth
See
check,
what you can
I would say that you would able to open it relatively easily and quietly. The way the door opens, I'm going to give you what you would see. The door opens from the handles on your right, so it swings inward. So you would, looking in, what you'd see was on the right hand side of you. So you're looking through the crack on the sort of peeked open. You can see the darkened hallway that, with a little bit of dark vision, a little bit of light that's coming from this room, you can see that this hallway is a ramp sloping downwards. And from information you've had earlier, you would determine that this is probably where they take barrels down, like empty barrels, they roll them down to the wine vats and probably fill them and then roll them back up, potentially to load them into the carts through the loading bay. You catch the edge of a railing, which looks like it'll be where the crane would swing over. You can you get a breeze from outside. You can sort of hear the rain a little bit more clearly that has started to, the drizzle that started to fall outside. But you don't really see anything else. The voice, however, is definitely louder. There is definitely someone in this room. He is not within your field of view at this point. And the chanting or murmuring hasn't stopped with opening the door, so you can pretty much safe to say that you can probably all hear it now. So I would say, Jarek, you would understand what is being said, and what you hear over and over again is, nature bows to my every whim, for I have the vampire's staff. And it's gravelly, it's crackly, it is clearly that whoever this individual is quite mad. They have that sort of high-pitched sort of crackle to their voice, and it's in a cadence that I would say you, as who has now have an understanding of Druidic with your Druidic or your basic Druidic knowledge, maybe it's a ritual of some kind, perhaps. It definitely has a cadence to it, a very rhythmic, ritualistic kind of feel to it.
I whisper to the group and just say, he's speaking about having some sort of vampire staff, but if he's doing a ritual, I think we should try and interrupt it before he finishes it.
Wasn't that what
No
are they doing with that vampire stuff here?
While they're having that conversation, I'm going to slink around the door.
You're going to step into the room?
They're like, not paying it. Yeah.
So you're going to step into the room, okay?
Yes.
So
as much as I need to get through the door,
I just need to find you in the list of people.
In the stack.
Right. So I'm going to move you forward. I'm going to open the door, and I'm going to slip you in. You've got a stealth. So I'm going to put you in there. I'm going to close the door again on you guys, because technically he's sort of pushed in, opened it enough to get through, so it wouldn't actually give you much more else than what he saw when he peeked in the door. But the door is essentially open.
I would be a little bit worried by the fact that he's disappeared right now.
I mean,
I would have
Crying out loud.
And
yeah,
I would be
you would see him
going after
disappear down that hallway, down that
I
doorway.
would go. I'd be like, oh, I'm going.
Okay, so you start moving. That's fine. Anyone else start moving at this point? Just so we can get everyone's position.
My mage hand, just so that it catches the door and stops it from clicking shut.
It remains open. He's sort of slipped. Yeah, he slipped through and left it ajar. I've closed it just so you don't get too much information.
That's cool. Just in case it did.
Yeah, so
breeze.
We can use that for flavour. Easy enough. So Arcos. Oh, anyone else moving up? So Ripple starts moving towards the door. Definitely. Yep. Now that Arcos has slipped out of sight. So the rest of you follow suit, or do you remain in the hallway? Reed.
I'd get closer.
Drake.
Yep.
And Orvan. I was waiting. It was like, I can see the look on your face. It was like,
He's like, I'm going home. Bye.
I'm leaving you guys here. Fuck this. I'm out.
Fuck you guys. Have fun. Yeah, I'm the healer. You need me. I'm just gonna wait till lost.
Okay.
Really, and hang back quite a bit.
The two Raven folk now shifted back into their more bird-like form, the human bird-like form, their were-raven forms, sort of come and step up in behind you, and I cannot remember her name, the life of me, the female. Stefania, that's right. She whispers to Yorban, she says, we must aid friend. Let's move. And she sort of squeezes past you and pushes forward as well.
Oh, excuse me, bitch. What are you? I'm fucking.
So, Arcos, what you see as you enter into this room, and you're on a darkened side of the room. There's a light source here, but it's very dim, and it's sort of lighting the more centre of the room. The outsides of the room seem to be quite dark, and with your limited vision, you have a little bit of dark vision outside of the range of the light. The room seems pretty much otherwise empty. There's a large crane. So this room is a wooden floor. It's a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it. It's got a small railing around it to stop people from falling over, but enough that they can sort of step over it if they need to. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch, and hanging from this winch, well, not so much hanging, sort of on the top of it, partly up the winch itself, and sort of hanging on, is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, skin painted red, with blood that's drying, going brown in places. I mean, you can smell that real iron sort of scent in the air. And he waves a gnarled staff, which is made from some kind of black wood. Now, I think I can show you a picture of this.
Show us his wood.
It's small. You might have to. Oh no, it might not be big enough.
Not
Its wood's very small. It'll be a tiny picture. You might have to. You can grab it, the corner of it, and grab it and stretch it.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, that. So the staff is. Yeah, it's a very gnarled looking black branch. It's lashed together. There's something lashed on top of it, which seems to be.
Gnarls come with age. It's okay.
Yeah. Looks like it might be leather sort of binding the top together, but it's hard to tell. It's kind of discolored and really odd looking. But the staff itself is giving off a really black aura as he's chanting these words. As he's continuing to chant these words, I will get another stealth check from you, Arcos, since you're actually in the room present with him now.
You're just hanging out.
He seems to be relatively preoccupied, so I'm going to give him a perception roll, which seems to be lower than your stealth, so he has not noticed you. He's continuing these words, and you see that he's sort of holding the staff up above his head and waving it in a sort of a figure eight almost. And as he's doing so and chanting these words over and over again, you can hear beneath you the sound of vine and twig moving about, scratching about on the wooden decking below, and that kind of gives you the impression that maybe he's calling more of these creatures, or he's trying to control them in some way, but it doesn't sound good. It's a very ominous sort of sound. So what we're going to do here, you have the advantage of not being noticed. I would say you can hear the footsteps well, actually, are you guys moving quietly or quickly down this hallway is the question. Because if you're moving quietly, we're going to need stealth checks from the rest of the group as well.
I would be going quickly, but as quietly as I could.
So Ripple leads the charge. Reed basically and Jarek followed up. Orvan's hanging back.
Trying to find stealth. Oh, there it is. Stealth.
One of the Ravens folk is moved as well.
It's pretty much like
10. It's not bad.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Wow.
So
I'm only slightly less stompy than I would be normally.
10, 11, and 13. Read your check, please. That's not terrible, not terrible. So collectively, it's not horrible. Let's get a quick stealth check from... That's the same, sorry, what have I done? Same modifier though. No, so he's good. So you hear the movement coming up the hallway. You know your group is backing you up. You get that impression. You can sort of hear it through the crack of the door. Some of the footfalls are a little heavier than others. And with that, you see the druid sort of... He doesn't stop chanting, but his head moves and jerks to one side, and he sort of stops, and you can hear him intently listening while he's still babbling on, but you know he's noticed something. Something has caught his attention. And then he lowers the staff a little, stops chanting, and his eyes sort of start darting around the room. He hasn't noticed you. Your stealth check was pretty high. You're in the shadows where you are, so you're not noticed, but he notices the door. So you can see him, his eyes fix on the door, and his eyes widen. He sort of grits his teeth, and you can see the rotting stumps that used to be teeth, the gaps in his mouth, as he sort of grinds his teeth backwards and forwards, looking at the door, and sort of tilts his head sideways. So I'll give you an opportunity to do something in this moment before Ripple gets to the door.
Yeah, so Arcos knows Ripple very well. He knew she would follow him into the room anyway. Seeing him look at the door, Arcos is going to try and move to the other corner quietly, and then shout, "Hey, fuckface!"
I would say we're going to
hopefully he's looking at him.
He's preoccupied. I'd say we're going to keep those stealth checks as they are. You roll the stealth check for being in the room. He's rolled perception to see if he's noticed anything in the room. He hasn't noticed you, so I'm going to say you're going to make it across that side easily enough.
Yep.
And you're going to turn and call out to him.
Yeah. Even though that's like completely against my utility.
And immediately his eyes lock with yours. And his face turns from that sort of grinding teeth look to a picture Golem when he realizes the ring's missing. That look of shock and horror, and then it just turns into rage almost instantly. And with that, we will, before we do that, Ripple, you reach the door. What do you do at the door?
I would...
It's partly ajar.
Can I see what if he's...
Roll a perception check. You can't see the druid. He's on the other side of that door, the part you can't see, but roll a perception check to see if you notice where Arcos is, because he's about the only one you would be able to see. You do not see Arcos.
I see. I would actually
try and sneak into the room. Notice the shadows of the room. Like you've spent enough time with Arcos to know that he's probably in a shadow somewhere. Like he's good at hiding. He's good at getting himself in those positions. Giggity.
Hey.
And so you try and do the same. You try and sneak in, sort of slip into the room, and without being seen. I'm going to say, as you move into the room, unfortunately, the moment you move into the room, he's locked. The druid's locked eyes with you, Arcos. You see Ripple out of the corner of your eye roll into the room. I'm going to need a D6 from you. Actually, no. I'm going to need a deception check from you. If you succeed on this deception check versus his insight, you will not give Ripple's position away, and he'll be focused on you.
Oh, good man. Better than that.
Better than that, yeah, because I'm at disadvantage with that too.
Yes.
Roll bad,
I'm gonna use my luck roll.
Okay, use luck roll. He's rolled a 21.
I don't know it's going to get better, but I'm going to try. It's definitely not going to get better.
No.
I mean, it's better than it was, maybe.
Yeah, it's not terrible. hang on a second. Let's add that in
That's what
there.
happens when you're still slightly crazy.
His insight I rolled was wrong, so we're going to roll an actual insight check. It's still 18, so it's a 23.
Yeah, it's bigger.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
So
Not like his stuff. It's not like his stuff.
no. Unfortunately, as Ripple, you slip into the room, not realizing where Arcos is. You slip into that slight shadow as you sort of move into the door. Reed, you're coming up behind the door, and you see Ripple sort of push into the doorway. And Arcos, your eyes dart immediately to Ripple, just for a moment. And your heart sinks when the druid's eyes shift with yours, and they focus directly on Ripple, and he then screams out in a blood-curdling scream, a scream of madness, just absolute rage, and starts waving the staff again and muttering a few words under his breath. So much so that the other druidic speaking person can't fucking hear him. So I don't have to explain it.
Yeah, that's the way.
But he starts muttering a word, and with that, Arcos, a dark shadow starts to form and right in front of where you're standing, and you watch as this forms from the shadow itself. You're standing in the shadow, and it sort of melds out from the shadow and then stands in front of you, forms almost a face in a human-like shape, and then it sort of tilts its head slightly, and it just opens a mouth. It's hard to say, it's just that kind of shape. It looks like a mouth, and in a silent scream. There's no sound, just this cold, almost like a icy cold wind just hits you in the face. And with that, we will roll initiative. Roll NPCs.
Control for disadvantage, yes.
Yes, yours is still at disadvantage.
Let's see if it rolls at disadvantage. It did not.
It did not. It's okay.
I can roll it again. Take the lower.
Yep. Just let me know what your lower one is.
Did it roll? Second one?
No,
No, it didn't.
Because you rolled it, you've already... Just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier. Because you've already rolled, it's already locked it in.
Okay, so it'll be a 14.15.
No worries.
It'll be gone tomorrow. It'll be okay.
Right, so 14.15. Everyone's rolled. We will pause that music, and we will start this music. And we will begin our encounter. So, first up is something you can't see, Arcos. But that is
I like things I can't see.
That's its turn. Next up is you, Arcos. Ripple, you're on board. Oh, ready to unpause that.
Yeah.
So
I obviously can see the rest of them coming up the hallway.
Yes, you can see that your companions are filing up the hallway. As I said, you've seen Ripple slip into the room, and the druid is focused on her, and he's waved his staff and muttered something to you, and this, as he's done so, the shadow is formed from the shadows of the room and stepped out in front of you.
Okay. So I'm going to, with my silvered sword, try and stab at Shadow, which seems like a bad idea, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to poke something.
Sometimes you just got to do it, right?
Yeah.
Got to poke it and see what happens. With a silvered sword, you say, too. Natural 20.
No, not quite. It's 18.
Oh, fuck it. Definitely hits, though. Doing 9 damage, and with a silvered sword, can I get you to roll as can I get you to roll another d6 for me, please?
Another d6. One.
Another one damage to that creature. As the silvered sword strikes through the creature's form, you're not sure what it is. It just looks like a shadowy figure. Doesn't really have any substance. But as your silvered sword passes through its torso, by the looks, it seems to almost deform and then reform as you do so.
What I thought. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to disengage.
Disengage with your cunning action.
And then I'm going to try and run around the other side of the room to, how far have I got? To get to the druid. Dude.
To get to the druid, you have 15 feet, 20, 25 feet. He's probably a little bit more. So you got 35, so you're 15 to here. Another sort of 10 to the other side of the crane, and he's halfway up the crane. So you probably wouldn't get to him in your full movement. Have you got 40?
Okay.
30 or 40?
No, I think I've got 35.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got 35.
No, 30.
Okay,
30.
so yeah. So you'll get to the base of the crane.
Okay. Just trying to get his attention as much as I can in this situation, so he's not paying attention to the door, which has like a whole pile of people funneling out of.
No worries. So you can move yourself. You use your arrow. Use your arrows here. Arrows sometimes are a bit easier.
Yeah, to get there.
Yep. So as you sort of charge through this creature, even though you've disengaged, it doesn't get an attack of opportunity, but you've passed through it. And as you pass through it, you get an extreme cold feeling as you move through this entity. I'm going to say because you disengaged, you're not going to take any damage from this. But you feel the cold of death as you pass through this creature. It chills you to your very core.
Yeah, the way I imagine that is because Arcos is surrounded by the dead so much, like it's like his crewmates pushing back, like pushing the sides of this creature from the inside, and he sort of just goes through, and they sort of protect him from whatever it was he would have
That's
happen.
a good description, but the chill from moving through definitely still it concerns you because it's a chill of death that you're familiar with, but it was very disconcerting to you. Like that if you weren't being protected in that moment, it would have not been very good. So with that, you move forward. You scramble towards this druid as he's still waving the staff, looking at Ripple. Because you're moving and not trying to be stealthy about it, he does turn his attention towards you, and he continues muttering these they almost sound like he's spitting an insult at you. It's like almost like he's cursing you in some way, but he seems to be just spitting these random words and sort of waving the staff backwards and forwards, pointing at you, pointing at Ripple, and sort of moving in a very erratic manner.
We only just met and he's already being rude.
That is your turn.
Yes.
Ripple, it is your turn now with Jariq on board.
I am going to, because he's up high, isn't he?
He is about 10 or 15 feet up that crane, yes.
I'm going to whip out the crossbow.
You're going to whip it out.
Yep.
Giggity.
And I'm going to attack him with that. T to target?
Yes, T to target. You whip out your crossbow, you fire away, you do hit him indeed. Dealing 5 points of damage as you fire your crossbow, and it hits him sort of in the upper thigh. Nothing vital, but it's enough to grab his attention again away from Arcos. Anything else?
Ooh.
Bonus action.
I might hex him actually.
Bonus action hex.
Yeah.
What are you going to... What stat are you going to hex him? Strength, dexterity,
Wisdom.
constitution, wisdom. Okay, he is now hexed with wisdom. And that's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Right, that is your turn. Jarek, you're up. With Reed on board.
I will push past Reed
Which you were able to do so.
to get to here for 15 foot. I will activate my blade song
Indeed.
as a bonus action, which will give me another 10 foot of movement, so I will have another 25 to go.
Sweet as.
I'm going to move up to here. And from where I am here, I'm going to use a cantrip as my action, Primal Savagery, and I'm going to get talons that come through from my fingers.
Cool.
I'm going to swipe at him.
You will not be able to reach him from there. He is 10 feet up the crane. Unless you can get up the crane. How much more movement have you got?
10 feet. So I got to 15 to the to here.
Another 5, so
I had
15.
25 left.
I'd say you reach him. You'd be up on the crane with him, which for you is easily enough done. I mean, you're a climber, so no checks necessary for. Oh, natty 1. If you wish to fumble, you can describe your own fumble.
Will luck roll.
You gonna luck roll? Just what I like to see. Luck rolls in combat. 18, that definitely hits. And you deal 10 points of damage to the druid.
10 points of acid.
Acid damage?
Yep.
Don't think that makes any difference to him. Nope. Still 10 points of damage.
And I will stay where I am within 5 foot, just so that it gives advantage.
Not a problem. Next up is his turn. Reed, you're on board after him. He looks around, sees Arcos here. You've attacked him, you're close enough. He targets you. He is going to... We should probably go over to our Foundry page so we can see what's going on for the chat. It's really dark too. 1 second. He's going to attack you with said staff. And he swipes out at you, and a natural 20 is able to clock you very hard across the shoulders, and does 7 points of not huge damage, but you will need...
Sorry, what was the total roll?
Natural 20. 22. Natural 20 always hits, regardless of your AC.
So I could have boosted my AC to 25.
Natural 20, dude. Regardless of your AC, it still hits. Natural 1 always misses, natural 20 always hits. That's how I've always run my games, regardless of the ACs. Same thing will happen with you guys. So 7 points of damage, and you will need... No, you don't need to do anything at this point. But you watch as one of his wounds heals for... I'll make this roll, you'll see it. He heals is one of his wounds, the wound that you basically just inflicted, heals. And he just turns to you and grins and makes his second attack, which is again with the staff. This time I believe it will miss, however. Being hit the first time and hit with a fairly solid blow, you manage to duck his shoulder as he strikes again in the same place, managing to avoid the attack. That is his turn. He's going to stay where he is. Reed, you're up.
My foundry just like restarted.
Okay, just let us know when you're ready.
It's reconnecting. It said it was reconnecting, and then
it's all good. Hopefully that's not a disconnection on my end.
it's just loading back up. Everything good.
All good.
And he's hanging off the end of that.
Not off the end. He's sort of 10 feet up, but he's sort of halfway up.
Oh, okay.
You can see
10,
Jarek is up there with him as well,
15.
and that's sort of trading blows.
So my question is, could I get up on the railing?
You could, but it'll be a roll to see if you can hold your balance.
And what I was going to do is I was
It's
going
not
to
very
become
wide.
large. Well, I was going to become large and like straddle the corner, so 1 foot on either railing.
Still be a roll.
That makes sense. Okay, that's fine. That's fine with me.
It's not again, like I said, it's not a wide railing, and looking at it, it's not very sturdy either. It's not designed to be stood on. It's just there as a basic guard. So it's up to you whether you still want to do that, make the roll. Your decision to make in that moment.
Trying to see if we can make it to the back of the list. Yeah, I can make it there. Yeah, here. I don't have. I can see him from here, though. Correct.
You can see him from there clearly. Like there's light in this room. He's easily seen.
I'm going to throw a hand axe at him.
Okay, so you're not going to enlarge. You're going to remain as you are at the moment.
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't really have room for it, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight space.
Push everyone. So, yeah, I'm just gonna throw a hand axe.
All right, so target him. Throw your hand axe.
Well,
Holy jeebus!
I don't think I could. Did it double?
It double rolled. It's okay. For some reason, 16. It does hit, I believe. Oh, you targeted.
I don't think I had it targeted.
No, you didn't. You targeted something else. So, I think 16 hits him anyway. Give me a second. Yes, 16 definitely hits. So 9 points of damage as you fire your hand axe, boom, and it buries it in his shoulder blade with 9 points. That's not bad damage from a hand axe. Is that your turn, Reed?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Next up is the Shadow's turn as it moves forward and attacks you, Ripple, as you're the closest target to it. $17 hits, dealing 5 points of damage, 5 points of necrotic damage. Whether that is a resistance of yours, I'm not sure. You'll have to check that. It shouldn't be, I don't believe. And you need to roll a d4 for me, please. And you need to make a concentration check for some reason. Oh, you're concentrating on Hex, so you need to roll your concentration check. So you roll a 4. So just make sure you got yourself clicked, and click in the chat. You'll see it in the chat. You'll see Ripple DC 10 concentration check. Just click that button. You're good. You maintain concentration. However, you do lose 4 strength with a max roll on the dice, as whatever this creature just did, and I will remove that from your sheet for now, so that will reduce some of your stats. You have just felt like the very life essence has been drained from you, sapping your strength. You feel a little bit lethargic as it swipes through your body, and it feels like it rips at your heart and pulls your heart from your body. You feel the breath taken away from you in that moment. That it's its turn. Next up is, I'm going to move him over here. as another shadow forms from the shadows behind you, Arcos. You probably don't see it. Jarik, I would say you and Reed do. Watch as from the literal shadows from the room, his figure sort of just morphs out of the shadows and starts moving towards Arcos. He cannot attack at this moment. Raven folks time. Orvan, you're up after the Ravens folk. Moves into the room, sort of looks around, surveying the situation, seeing the druid, seeing you're got something attacking you. It's going to attack at the shadow on you with its short sword. They're not very good rolls for these. Oh no, it hits with a 13, dealing 4 points of damage. The strike moves sort of over your shoulder, Ripple, and strikes through this creature. You see it sort of, the shadow dissipates where the sword went through and then just sort of reforms. But it, as far as you know, it took some damage. It looks like it's trying very hard to keep its shape. It seems to be almost morphing and phasing a little bit. But that is the raven, that raven's turn. All right, your turn.
Okay. Oh. I cannot move. That's...
Hang on.
Why can't I move?
There you can.
Oh. Yeah.
You're stuck on a wall.
I still can't move.
Are you sure you...
I'm using my arrow keys too.
I can move you. You might need to reload.
Cool. Oh, okay. I mean, I want to go into the room anyway.
I can move you there. Whoop, you fell off.
Oh, thank you.
I will move this creature over here so you can see where you're at.
All I was hearing was just ruckus down the hallway, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
So the moment you step into the room, you literally just see there's a druid up this crane. Arcos is there, Jarik's there, Reed's there, Ripple is right in front of you, and she almost has a look like she just got out of bed. She looks kind of tired looking, and you see this ominous looking shadow sort of hovering behind her.
Oh, it's just all kind of fucked up in here. Okay, cool. Why is this guy up a crane? So I'm gonna... They're all shadow thingies, so I'm going to... Brain, our druid person. Which one is he? Is it this?
This is the druid.
Okay, cool.
So T to target. If you can who target him.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, you just untargeted him. Oh no, you're right, someone else did. You're good. You're good. I was looking at the picture. I can see the pictures of who's targeting him, that's all. So, he needs to make a charisma saving throw with a natural 1. However, Arcos, you can have your luck back, and he'll make that saving throw again, and still fail it miserably with a 5. So, whenever the target fails saving throw before the cell ends, target must subtract 1d4 from his attack roll. So he is baned. Easy enough done.
Also saving throws too.
Yeah, it will do it automatically when I add bane to him. Just like that. He is baned.
Now, are there any places around that is not near a bunch of people also shadow things?
All you can see at the moment is 2 shadows. You've got one right by where Ripple is, and you got one up behind Arcos. And then obviously the rest of the people there. What you can see is what you can see in this room.
Yeah, no, I was just more meaning like to maneuver myself around into the far corner.
Which corner specifically?
Oh, sorry. Can I?
So you can ping it. So just on the map, press and hold your mouse, left mouse. There you go. So you want to move to that corner there?
Yeah, that one.
You would have to go through. I mean, you can push past your allies, but you'd have to go through that shadow. And I would say that as a cleric, you would understand that passing through these entities is not a pleasant experience. Your option here is you can attempt to step over the corner of the 10-foot hole that's in the ground, jump across. That is an option, but that definitely will require a roll. That's your only way across at this point, is to jump across the corner of that 10-foot gap.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're caught between a gap and a hard place.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just measure everything. So everyone's kind of within. Oh, it's fine. What could go wrong, right?
Exactly. What could go wrong?
Jump over the hole. It's fine. Let's do it.
Right. You will need to make an acrobatics check to jump across said hole.
It's fine. Easy peasy.
That's not terrible. 17. And I would say with that, you are able to relatively easily. It'll use half your movement because it's roughly 10 feet to get from there to there. So I mean, it'll lose 10 feet of your movement. So you probably won't be able to move any further, considering how far you've already moved. But you are able to quite deftly leap across the corner of the 10-foot gap, landing on the other side of your ally there.
So good at this.
Is that your turn?
I don't have any bonus actions anyway, so...
No problem, that's you.
Yeah, pass it on.
Another shadow forms behind you, Arcos, in the far corner. It does not move at this point, it just forms itself. Reed. Another forms right next to you. Now it's the next Raven folk's turn. Oh, went too far. Put him in another room. Right, so he makes it into the room. And this is Davian's son-in-law. He fires at the druid with his crossbow. Misses with an 11. Does he get multi-attack? Yes, he does. He gets a second shot. Which I think misses as well. Holy crap. The Ravens folk aren't very good. Misses 2 arrows, fly towards the target and strike the crane instead. One not too far from you, Derek, as you hear that thunk of arrow and wood. As its turn. Arcos. Oh, crap. Almost went to the next round. Your turn. With Ripple on board.
Okay. So Arcos was just about to jump up to the druid, and then he sees Ripple get fucked up. And not really being aware of what's behind him. So these fellas have got it. There's just that new shadow there, and this druid fella. He's going to jump. He's going to use his rabbity hop. To
which gives you what,
jump.
10 feet?
It's a roll.
Okay.
It's a number feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, you got that in spades. You got that in spades. That's like 15, 20 feet for you, so you're all good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head back as far as I can this way by jumping.
No problem.
Trying to jump the hole.
Because as you turn, you immediately see the shadow behind the 2 shadows that have formed behind you.
Yep.
And
already committed to helping Ripple. Sorry guys, It's been nice knowing you. Bye.
So you should be able to move yourself. If you have to move through the shadow, move through the shadow. We know how far you're going. So
what is it?
So you can literally jump to there with no hassles at all.
Okay. And then I will. What?
And you can push through your friendly allies.
Yeesh.
And attack said shadow.
What? Do I have advantage?
Most definitely. You have an ally within 5 feet, and it just also happens to be
I didn't do
your friend. Just hit that arrow.
Arrow.
Yeah. 18 definitely hits, doing 10 points of the silvery sword damage. Roll another d6 for me. Another 2
Get
points.
better every time.
It is really struggling. Actually, I'm going to say that you are able to defeat this shadow as you slice the sword through the main part of its body, knowing that this silver sword seems to be doing something a little extra. It made the other sort of separate for a moment and then reform. As the sword travels through and you get to your full swing, you look up and the shadow sort of starts to expand and then dissipate, and you see it reach out with shadowy strands to try and reform, and it just miscalculates or misses and just dissipates into nothingness.
Alright, so as I send this thing back to Unlife, I'm going to use this thing that I've meant to use since we started. Whales from the Grave.
Ooh. Does that give you a heal?
WHALES, right? No, WALS, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This giant whale. That'd be cool. That'd be fucking epic.
That's 7 damage to...
Why is there a template to the...
So, as you nudge someone close to the grave, you can channel the power of the death to harm someone else as well. Immediately after you deal your sneak attack damage to a creature, so it's based on your sneak attack.
Yep.
On your turn, you can target a second creature you can see within 30 feet of the first creature. That's why it's a template. So put it where you want it to be on what creature within 30 feet.
I want it to hit the druid.
Drop your template on top of the druid.
I did, and it didn't do anything.
Okay.
Like,
that's right. But you want to target the druid, so it's all good. You've targeted him anyway. So again, just target who you target, and then just drop the template. I'll look at that spell and remove the template. You can see within 30 feet of the first creature, roll half the number of the sneak attack dice for your level round up. The second creature takes necrotic damage equal to the roll's total, as wails of the dead sound around them for a moment. You can use this feature a number of times equal to proficiency bonus, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, here's what you see. Grim, even though it's the wails of death, I'm going to give this a visual component just to make it look cool. So you can describe what the druid and everyone else sees as you release this spell at the druid. And you will hear those wails of spirits, actually I've got wails of spirits. I've got ghosts. I've got wails. I have
the whole last country
in my list of things. Well, shit.
I mean, whales kind of make sense, though, being on the ship.
Yeah, it does.
It's really funny. Whale sharks.
Yeah, so... the whale sentence, right? So I will say that, like, it would start out with that, like, heavy sort of moaning sound you get from a whale, and then it sort of slowly apparates into, like, a version of the Morgrave's Revenge. Just sort of like slowly sails towards it and just sort of cascades into the druid as the ship sort of explodes, sort of in the way it might have done when it fell. When it
fell to the large beastie that attacked it. Indeed. So that's the visual you'll see as the druid sort of turns and looks solely at you, Arcos, from across the room, sort of having some form of connection with you. However, a grin comes over his face as he appears to take no damage from this attack.
This is why I've never used this feature. We're in the worst place possible for it.
Well, for some. For this particular entity, you will now have foreknowledge that this creature seems to be immune to necrotic.
On this dude than these fucking dead shadow things.
Indeed. But there is something, I would say, what you would see, which would give you this inclining that the necrotic damage from this ability of yours is ineffective on this creature. As the moment as the visual manifestation starts and the sound of the wailing spirits start to heighten, the staff starts to emanate that dark aura again, but more so, more intense, and it almost shifts around the druid as your spirits start to circle, and as the Morgaze's revenge starts to sail in and get closer, it almost forms a shadowy shield around the druid, shielding him from any harm. That is your turn.
Bitch. Yeah, that's my turn.
So you would 100% be aware that necrotic damage is not any good against this creature.
No.
Ripple, it is your turn. Jericho on board.
Am I able to move within 10 feet of this?
If you can get to the base of the crane, you're within 10 feet of him.
Okay. Oh crap, that's moving the whole thing. How do I move?
You drag your
it.
token or use your arrow keys.
Got it, I'm standing on him.
Well, you're actually below him, but yes.
I'm going to poison spray him.
You're going to poison spray him. Okay, so he needs to make a con save. You extend your hand toward the creature. You can see it within range, and you spit not just gas from your palm. So, oh, I need to move you because you're right on top of my dude.
You're welcome.
So he fails the con save. Zarek, you can have yours back.
Shit.
It's going to make this con save again. That's better. Still fails, I believe. I think your DC is 15, so he did still fail. So he will take some poison damage. However, again, the staff emanates this shadowy shield, it seems. He does take damage, but not as much.
Yeah.
Is that your turn? And you would be aware of that too, by the way.
Yeah, that's all I can do at this point.
No worries.
Because I've got nothing else.
Tariq, it is your turn.
Know that. You don't.
No, no one else will know what you guys know. So, Arcos, you know he's immune to necrotic. Ripple, you're aware that he's resistant to poison. No one else would be aware of this at this stage. So, Jericho, it is your turn, sir.
What's the roof like in here?
It's just a peaked roof. Probably from your position, because of the crane, it's probably 20 feet to its peak.
Okay.
It's an open rafter roof, so it's attached open rafter roof, 15, 20 feet to its highest point.
So there is rafters I could get to if I wanted to. Okay.
Indeed.
I'm gonna climb up the wall that I'm against and see if I can get to one of the rafters. I'll take an opportunity attack.
No, you won't. Oh no, you're up the crane with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep, so you will. I forgot that your positioning put me off. So he will take another swipe at you with the staff, with a minus, and gets a 2 and misses wildly, just swings wildly with his staff. He's getting attacked from all angles and just sees you moving and takes a wild swing and misses by 2 feet. You're just way too quick.
So I have 40 foot of movement, so it's 10 to the ground, and then
10 to the ground, then you're probably looking at 15 to the rafter.
Yeah, so you should have enough to get up onto the rafter.
Easily enough.
So I'll get up onto the rafter, and then he's still targeted. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt on him.
I'm even going to put you 15 feet up in the air so we know.
And
put him 10 feet so I know where he is. Witch Bolt, no worries.
How do I... Oh, it's casting, right. Okay.
Yep.
Cast, and I'm using a 3rd level slot.
No worries.
So this is
we should just be able to select it.
An extra 2d12.
Yeah, it should roll it automatically with the higher level. Which it looks like it did. 4d12. 25 damage, nice. It hits with a natural 19, 26 to hit. Definitely hits, dealing 25 points of damage to the druid. He locks up in place as the lightning strikes as you release Witch Bolt in his direction. He is locked in place for a moment, takes the damage, and you can see the staff tries to emanate this shield again, but it just can't do it. Good damage, good damage. Is that your turn?
That is it.
Next up is his turn. As you've now moved away, he is going to target Ripple, who is right next to him, up on the ground. First attack, Ripple. Oh, that was so close to an 18. 4, misses. His second attack, however. Jesus Christ. 4 again. My God. No more luck rolls for him. So he is not having a good time of things. He looks to be struggling a little bit. Waves his staff towards you. Ripple kind of shakes it angrily at you and mutters something at you, which Jarik, you would understand to be something along. It's kind of broken because you can tell he's quite mad. His brain is broken, like his mind is not his own. And he mutters something. Sounds like a curse, but it kind of isn't. Something along the lines, your mother has sex with trees, or something along those sort of lines. It's weird. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But that is his turn. Reed, your turn. With Were Ravens coming up.
So I am going to Giant's Might, but it says if you lack the room, you become large, your size doesn't change. So everything still works, I just don't get bigger.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, you really are struggling for room here. I know Drake's up 15 foot up.
I mean, Drake's up. Fine. The only thing that's in my room is a shadow.
As a shadow. So, knowing that the shadow's there, you don't know much about these creatures. I would say that it works. You do become large. However, you will have to make a save because you will be occupying the space of the shadow.
Do I have to target myself for this?
Holy crap!
I can't remember.
That's super large.
We'll get big.
We'll bring that. What I might do is instead, for this. Jesus Christ!
No, that makes sense. I get. Yeah, it's a 4 square.
Yeah, we'll reduce you back down, but what I'll do is we say you're enlarged, but I'm going to do it this way for this.
Okay.
Just to show you as a slightly bigger size. So, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make me a con save, sorry. DC 15 con save.
Oh, okay.
You're good. With a dirty 20, you are fine. You sort of, as your body enlarges, your whole sort of arm and part of your side momentarily merges with the shadow creature. And as you do so, you almost immediately pull your arm and body back. You take a half step back, realizing that this creature, to touch it, is as cold as the grave itself. And it felt like your whole hand, your arm was like it was ice cold, and it just felt really unnatural, very dark, and really bad. You just did not want to be touching it.
You don't have the auto trigger on that, do you?
For what?
If I click it? For my Giant's Might. So it takes it off.
No, you should be able. I don't think I have Giant's Might on it. You should be able to just trigger it yourself.
Okay, I just wanted to trigger it, but it didn't take it off. Weird. Okay.
Hang on, I can apply it to your token. It's going to make you large anyway, because it's just what it does.
Well, I just wanted it to tick off so it said 2 instead of 3. I was hoping that it would. I can just change it.
That's good. You just change it manually. But you're going to be large for this battle. You're fucking huge. So I would say you're standing like almost eye level with Jarik right now as you make your size much larger. You can only just fit in this space.
And making us all look like we're Lilliputians.
So what I'm going to do just for aesthetics is we're going to move you back. Oh my god, I've got you all linked. Move you over there. Yeah, it's going to... Jeez, that's bad. Hang on. You carry on. I'll fix this whole thing. Because you know what the effects are, so we can just add them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just have to redo it for extra damage.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna do on my first attack. I'm
So
going
we're gonna
to attack
make you
the
go back.
shadow
Yeah. So we'll put the shadow back there. You
with
target
my
it in shadow.
scimitar.
Because it gives you...
It's just an extra d6
extra
on one
d6
attack
damage.
each turn.
Yeah, so just roll the extra
Yep.
d6.
And then I have advantage on But
good.
I mean, if it doesn't hit, it just fizzles out. So
Yeah, because your disadvantages at the moment to be straight rolls anyway. Well, that's not good. Oh no, it does hit. It hits. 13 hits. These things got low. They're
that's
easy to
my
hit, but it
first-
does 9 points of damage.
this damage is right here.
Another 5 damage. Nice.
More.
Pardon me.
And then my second attack on that.
That's right. You have an extra
with my
attack now,
scimitar.
which does also hit. Doing another 9 points of damage. This creature is trying hard to keep its form, and it is struggling. Do you get the d6 on every attack, or just your first?
Just my first, just one.
Okay.
But because I'm a great weapon fighter, it rerolls once.
Yeah. All good.
So that's what the.
Is that your
And
turn?
that'll be my turn. Yeah, that'll be my.
Right. Next up, we have Teshadow. Yes, his turn. So Ripple, you get smacked again. It's going to swipe at you, and it's going to miss, so you're okay. And it only gets the one attack, so that's it. Raven's folk, the one that's currently underneath Arcos, so I'll move you. Moves around. Stop being a jerk. Why are you being a jerk, game? And he's going to attack the shadow with his sword. That's better. Hits with a 22, dealing 4 points of damage. Second attack. Hits, dealing another 8 points of damage. Starts flailing away, aiding you, Ripple, in this moment. Orvan, your turn.
Yippee! Is that lightning thingy? Is it staying there? What is that?
Yes, that is.
I can
That's
keep-
Witch Bolt.
Yeah, I can keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
As
keep
a-
using it each round.
As an action or a bonus action, you can just do damage.
Bonus action.
Bonus action, yeah.
Well, that's not helpful. Thanks a lot. Oh, each round, so each like
Each
at the
turn,
top of your
yeah.
turn.
Each
or-
time
My
he has a
I
turn,
can
yeah.
use bonus action to apply the damage again.
So it's like he's
okay.
tethered to it with a lightning
Yeah,
bolt.
I don't need to hit it again. I just need to apply the damage.
Right. Sorry, I'm just making decisions. Because did I see what was down the hole when I jumped over it, or not?
It's
really?
just it looks like it's dark still
dark.
outside, but it looks like it's a cart laden with some barrels.
Okay.
But I would say you probably would have seen his movement down there too. You're just not sure what it is.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna Hail Mary. I'm gonna try something. No, not that I don't have faith in what everybody's doing.
You target said druid.
It's gonna
What are we
be really
doing?
stupid if it doesn't work. I'm gonna try and get the stuff off of him and
Okay.
charm him.
Ah. DC 14 wisdom save. Which he has advantage on.
Oh.
Still failed with a 13. So,
Is he hexed? Oh,
yes he is, which is why he failed.
because he'd be at disadvantage.
That's why he failed.
Ah.
That's why he
yeah.
he got it. He's. Well, I was wisdom. Yeah, it rolled the advantage, but it's still. Either way, he failed.
It's just
13,
saving
11.
throws,
Okay.
so-
saving throw. But anyway, it definitely failed. So with that, your creature is charmed. Until the spell ends, until you and your any of your companions do anything harmful to it, the charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Yes.
So he looks at you with a broken tooth smile, those rotten broken choppers. He gives you a big grin.
Hey, friend, do you want to give me your fucking stuff? Because I'm assuming that it's controlling the shadow dudes.
You're not. You're assuming so. Yes.
I'm assuming.
So you are asking him to politely to give him his staff or give you his staff. Is that what you're asking?
Because I know we get some tricksy stuff with how far this can be pushed.
Indeed. It is only a first level spell. He is charmed. Yes. He does regard you as a friend, as a friendly acquaintance. Mm-hmm. Whether that's enough for him to give up his staff will be a different question.
Yes. I'm gonna try it. Sure.
So he's under your charm.
We're all friends. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll resolve that on his turn, his next turn.
Sure. I'm sorry, and then I'll bonus action as well.
Yes. What is your bonus action?
Hey, that didn't come off of my level 1 spells.
Just mark the spell slot off if it didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. All right. And then I'm gonna shoot a healing word over to. Yeah, that I can see. Wonderful. Do I have to untarget that guy? Let me untarget him, and then
yes, you target whoever. Every time you use a spell, you need to target. So you target Ripple.
Yep.
Cast your spell.
Healing word.
I put a spell on you.
Oh, fuck's sake!
For a whole 4, and I can apply that directly to Ripple. So Ripple, you get 4 points of healing. You feel a little better. However, you're still feeling not very strong in this moment. I would say you even struggled to get to the top of the crane. Like, not to a point where you weren't able to, but you are not feeling as strong as you once did. Not that you were very strong anyway, but...
Hey guys, don't attack him. He's our friend. Please leave him. Maybe the shadows is not that guy.
So you call out and ask your friends not to attack him. Done. Next up is another of the shadows' turn. It's going to move through his companion and move through the raven folk. The raven folk is going to have to make a constitution save, which it fails. It is going to now take 2d6, so 8 damage as what I mean. Sure, one, you're probably the only one that would probably see this as the shadow moves through this raven person. The raven folk moves through her, I believe that one is, and it's almost like it pulls a part of her essence with it. You see, almost like a part of her soul is ripped through as the shadow pulls through her body. And you see her sort of slump slightly, then regain herself, as it has done something quite nasty to her as it moves through and continues onward around said corner and attacks you with a strike of its own, which hits for 23, dealing 6 points of damage. I need you to roll a d4 for me and a concentration check, please.
No, motherfucker, I want Bane up. What do you mean? Alright,
hang on, is Charm Person a concentration spell?
It is not.
No, it's not.
Instantaneous. Yeah.
That's good, just had to be sure. So make your con save.
Panicking.
You can just click it in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it's already
that makes
got...
life easy.
Yeah. So you're good.
And did you say I also have a constitution?
Just roll a d4.
Oh.
because it hits you, you automatically have this effect. The con save is for your concentration, so you lose 1 strength. I can take that off your.
Oh no, I'm already so weak.
You're actually not too bad with your strengths. I mean, you're a 13 strength, so you are now down to a 12 strength at this point. As it reaches into your chest with its hand, and you feel like it grasps at your heart and squeezes, takes your breath away for a moment, and as it releases, you feel that energy drain away from you. Not a lot, but it definitely felt like it took your breath away for a second. There's its turn. Next up is this one, who's going to attack Reed. So this shadow's turn. It's going to attack you again, Reed. Hits you for 23, dealing 3 points of damage. You will also need to roll a d4. Just roll it from down the bottom, just dice and ice. And you lose 1 strength also.
Yeah, I had clicked it and it just didn't type
you
it into the chat. I was like, what the?
So you are down 1 strength as well.
Yeah, not bad. No biggie.
You feel it though. You feel that cold reach
Right.
that reaches into your chest and sort of wraps around your heart and then rips something from your body. And it's not a lot. Like 1 strength to you isn't huge, but you definitely feel it's draining something from you. It's not a nice feeling. It's not something you want to have happen often. Next up is the other Raven folk. He's going to continue firing at the druid because that's what he does. He's a druid, or she, yeah, he's a druid killer. He's going to keep firing with the crossbow. 18 definitely hits with a 22, doing 6 points of damage. Druid's still up, however. Next is...
Charm.
Yes, you will. Because, unfortunately, he was attacked by an ally. He doesn't seem to sort of care. Like, you see him sort of looked over you as you were speaking and just aimed and fired. Attacking again, hitting, dealing another 8 points of damage. The druid does not look healthy. You can see him sort of struggling now to hold on to his grip on the crane itself. Sort of slips and catches himself, and drip of blood from his mouth, arrows sticking out of him, and he's not looking healthy at all. Next up is that shadow, I believe. Oh no, that one's still alive. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Next up is Arcos. Back to the top. Ripple on board.
Vani, you sure about this? It seems like it's controlling those things. Like he's got his hand like heading towards his crossbow, and he's not paying attention to the fact that he doesn't understand how charm works. He's a dumbass. He's asking for permission to shoot the dude.
Look, it doesn't.
Look, the situation has
It
changed.
doesn't matter now. It's fluid, you know. These motherfucking ravens. Anyway.
Motherfucking ravens in this motherfucking vineyard. All right. I'm going to shoot him.
You shoot him.
With Orvan's permission, I'm going to try and shoot him.
Shoost away.
Oh.
That will hit. 14.
Yay.
5 points of damage on the druid. He is very close.
Is he sneak attack?
Oh, you got allies all around him, 100%.
Yeah. Fuck this guy up. Take my
100%.
sneak attack damage.
How do you want to do this? He is deceased, as had explained. Like that shot, she was a good shot, right on target.
He's not used this fucking thing before. He maybe he's used it once. He lines it up against the railing, and he's he's waiting for Orvan to give him. He's hoping like hell killing this dude will get rid of these fucking things that are sapping the shit out of his friends. And he just sort of aims and he jerks up like he's just trying to aim for center mass, and he jerks up a bit, that just goes straight through the middle of his face, like between his eyes, and just out the back.
It's an almost perfect shot. You release the bolt from your crossbow, and it, again, as you sort of jerk the trigger and it veers off, you think, oh shit, I'm gonna miss, and then his head rocks back as it hits. Ripple, you get sprayed with brain matter as it pierces the back of his skull and just splatters everywhere. His eyes roll back in his head and he just falls backward from the crane, hitting the floor with a thud. The staff, as his arm hits the floor, still in his hand, hits and it clatters to the ground as well. And he is dead. The shadows still remain, however.
Yeah, and it's at that point I was like, fuck.
Is that your turn? You still got another attack.
Yeah.
And movement. You have a shadow directly behind Orban.
Yeah, I don't know if I can have another attack once I've used
Get the
staff! I think I can only do one attack with the hand.
Oh, yes, you can only... I think as a rogue, you've only got one attack anyway.
Yeah,
from memory.
Yeah.
You got bonus action.
Only two-hand fighting and not with a crossbow. I am going to go as far as I can and try and grab the staff, hoping that'll help.
Okay.
He feels bad about leaving Orvan to her predicament.
She called out, get the staff, so she seems to be fine.
So, I mean, I'll stay here for, but I'm over by him. I don't want to,
no worries.
Put myself in the way of what everyone else is doing. So
not a problem. Ripple, it is your turn. I probably should have removed the spells from him first. The staff is on the ground, 10 feet below you.
I'm going to... How many feet below me?
10 feet. You're up on the crane. He fell off the crane.
Down and pick up... Okay, I'm going to move down and pick up the staff.
Okay. I need you to make a constitution save, please. As you reach down to grasp the gnarled, blackened wood of the staff. You're looking at a DC 18 for this. That would be a failure.
Oh, I'm going to use my luck.
Yeah, you might need it.
Constitution, eh?
Constitution save, yes. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Well done. I could be an ass and give you luck back and make you re-roll.
You could.
I could.
Are you going to?
Yes, I am.
You are. You bastard.
Oh, that was so close for natural 1. That would have been so much better. You still failed. Anyway.
I was at least going to be 17.
Ripple,
Okay.
as you reach down to grab this gnarled staff, you grab it, and as you grab it, you have an instant locking of your limbs. You're not paralyzed, but you just lock up. For instance, you look directly up and your eyes roll over back, white in your head. Jarek and Reed would probably see this being closest to you. And you suddenly are standing in a darkened room.
Oh, okay.
What the rest of you see is she's just caught in this moment. You're looking around, staff's not in your hand. You look around, you can't see anything. Then you hear not a voice, not really even a breath. You almost like hear when someone is smiling at you from somewhere. Like you get that feeling, you get the hair stand up on the back of your neck, and you feel that sort of like someone's looking at you, grinning at you. You spin immediately, and all you see just in the blackness is the eye shine of a pair of eyes. Demonic, almost animal-like. And then you are shunted backward with such a force that in the room that you're currently standing, you are fired back against the wall. Staff drops to the ground. You're slammed back against this wall, and I need you to roll 3d6 for me.
3d6.
Yes, please. What you guys see is the staff drops from her hand, and she is flung backwards with such a force that it slams her against the wall.
Is that?
That's only one.
Oh, okay, no, sorry.
And you added a +2. Just click it 3 times. You added a
Oh,
plus
okay.
2 to
That's
it.
how you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Sorry.
click it 3 times, then
3d6.
press roll. Yeah. So you will take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, which I will remove from you. As you are slammed against the wall and you are dazed, you're seeing stars, the breath taken from your body as you are now prone against the wall. You will need to make a concentration check, although you probably don't need to because
No, he's dead.
he's dead, so Hex is gone anyway.
Yeah.
As is Witch Bolt, so you can drop that concentration as well. And same with Bless.
Bane.
Bane,
I was going to do that, and I was like, I don't know whether he's going to have some magic revival.
Nope, he is definitely dead. He is definitely dead. So that is your turn, Ripple. We are still in initiative. Zurich with Reed on board. We still have 3 enemies up. As you just watch Ripple get slammed against the door with some unseen force as she reached for the staff.
I'm going to target all 3 of them from where
Okay.
I am, and magic missile.
Go for
1
it.
bolt each. So 5 damage to each.
Look at that. And that'll take 5 from each. They all take it. This one is rendered inert and dissipates between Reed and Ripple. The others are still up. This one here looks like it's struggling to keep its form. The other looks like it's still pretty good.
I mean, why not? I'm close to it. I'm going to try and jump down and grab the staff.
Okay.
It's 20 foot down jump.
Yeah. I mean,
And I have advantage on acrobatics with my
yeah,
blanket sum
yeah.
up.
You're fine. I'm not even going to make you roll. It's 20 feet. 20 feet from your position, easy enough. So with that, you drop down and you walk over to where Ripple dropped the staff, and you reach out to grab it. You don't have any adverse reaction immediately. What you do notice is the moment you pick it up, you feel a darkness within this particular item. Like it's corrupted. The staff is not what it should be. I mean, you can just feel it. Just having it in your hand, you can feel the energy that it is giving off. You know that this type of weapon or type of artifact is going to require some time to be able to do anything with, as it seems like it's a very powerful weapon, but it has a real darkness about it. Something is not right with it, and you can feel that just by holding it, but you are able to pick it up and without any adverse effects. Is that your turn?
That is it for my turn.
worries. It's pretty much all you could do. Action.
Yeah, I mean, movement
yeah.
is all I could do, but from there, but I'm just going to leave it at there.
Okay. Right. Reed, your turn.
Okay. So my question for you is, can I walk to where that shadow is? Where
You
I'd be
certainly
within
can.
reach of that shadow?
Ripple
standing
is
over Ripple in a way?
Ripple is prone. She's not unconscious, but she is prone.
Right.
She has been slammed against the wall and has dropped to the ground. She's had the wind knocked out of her, so she's not prone, but not paralyzed or incapacitated. She's just had a bit of a
That's
knock.
kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Because I'm bigger, I figure I can
You can just step
over the
out.
back of the
Even
crate
if you were
kind of
medium
thing.
sized, you'd be able to step over her. So you can easily get over to that corner and not a problem.
And then, because I'm going to attack this thing with my giant's might on it, if need be.
No worries. It
That's all.
was a 1. Reroll the 1s. Look at that. 9 points of damage, 25 to hit. You hit easily. It is
6.
still up just. It's
So then
still holding
bonus
itself
damage from the
together.
giant's might. A 6.
You put it down as you swipe through and put that extra little bit on the end of it with your extra strength from the giant's might, and you render it inert as it disappears,
So
leaving one shadow
Do you
up.
think I can make it down?
What's your
Do you
movement?
think I can make it down there? I have the movement. I have 30. So that would be 30 feet to there. But I'm saying size-wise, would I fit in between that small railing is my question.
You've moved from where you were. You've moved
Yep, 'cause
10
I
to
was in
the
the corner.
corner.
Yep.
20. Yeah, 20 get you. With your size, I would say probably
Yeah,
not.
that's what I'm wondering.
You'd get to there and
'Cause I have to
realize.
push past,
Yeah,
right?
you'd get to there and realize that you probably, with your current size, won't fit between the railing and the wall, and you won't be able to push past the raven folk without
Would you
either
let me
knocking
throw
them
my
over.
other hand axe?
Yeah. As a bonus
Yeah.
action, sure. $16 hits, or 22 hits, 16 on a die, doing 8 damage. Still up, but it's taken some damage.
That would be
That would be you.
right there. That'd be my turn.
Right, next up is this raven folk's turn. She moves into the shadow and attacks with a short sword, hitting, dealing 3 points of damage. Second attack misses, however. That is her turn. Next up is Orvan. It is your turn. You have one shadow left in this place. You can see that Jarek has the staff. You've witnessed Ripple being slammed against the wall.
Well, hang on. You will get banished back to wherever you came from.
Nice.
Maybe
not. Maybe not. Holy word. You mutter a word of the divine under your breath, and you miss, unfortunately. You do have a luck roll. So if you want to use luck roll, just hit the up arrow on the chat and it'll roll it again. It's up to you.
Up arrow in the chat.
So on your attack, on the holy word, you'll see with a 9 it's in the red. If you hover over it, you'll see an up and a down arrow.
Oh,
Just click
okay.
the up arrow if you want to use your luck to re-roll it. It's up to you. It's your luck to be used.
I think she'll give me some luck to do.
I
Let's
think
go.
look at that. Natural 20. 10 points of radiant damage, which will be doubled
Jeez, yeah.
for this creature. You
boss.
feel the presence of your deity for the first time, and like you just initially you don't feel it, and then you just concentrate just that little bit more and think, no, I really need to get rid of this creature. We've got friends in trouble. Ripple's hurt. We need to get this sorted. This is a darkness that I'm not happy with, and seems you've been heard. And with a natural 20, the creature is absolutely obliterated in a blinding flash of radiant energy, which brings our combat to a close. So, we will switch our music back to that. We will pause our game because we no longer need to move, as we know where we're at and what we're doing. So, out of combat, Jarek, you have the staff. You can feel the dark energy coming from it. You can feel the rot that is apparent in this item, in this staff that probably once was a beautiful staff and was used for good rather than evil. Ripple has been slammed against the wall. Reed, you've stepped in to protect her, remove the shadow. Arcos was on his way as well to that, and the final shadow was vanquished. The Raven folk reform into their humanoid forms, and they nod and thank you, and both rush out to check on their father, leaving you momentarily to your own devices, to just your group. So, turn it over to you. You now have the staff. You can still hear the noises of the twig and vine blights and the needle blights beneath you and outside, They're still all around the winery as you look out the dirty window and see that there's now hundreds of them swarming the outside of this building.
So Arcos will go to Ripple and make sure she's all right. But he looks back at Drake and he like stops himself short of basically telling him like not to mess with that fucking staff, because he knows it's a waste of like his time to tell him not to dick around with things he shouldn't dick around with. And he's just going to focus on Ripple intently so he doesn't lose his cool. Make sure she's all right.
I catch the look, and I'm just like, would you rather I put it down and had somebody else pick it up and probably do worse than what you think I might do?
Fucking break it.
I think I'm okay.
Do I?
Yeah.
I think the Raven folk want it. I do.
So we're going to switch to this scene for the time being. So Ripple looks fine. She's taken a bit of damage. She looks tired.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah, she looks tired. She's definitely taken some damage, but she manages to drag herself up. And just for your guys' reference, that stat drop that you guys have taken will be there until you've taken a long rest. So once you've taken a long rest, you can increase that stat. So make a note that Reed and Orvan, you lost 1,
Me.
and Ripple, you lost 4. I'll probably do it at the end of the session because you're more than likely going to rest at the end of the session. So I'll replace those stats before we finish up. Jarek still has the staff, and this exchange is happening. You don't know where Divine and the other Mardikovs are at this point, but you're having this discussion. So I'll turn it back over to you, just so you're aware. You're alone, they're not there, it's up to you what you do in this point, but there are definitely, these creatures are still outside, they're still milling around, whether they're trying to get in, you're not entirely sure at this point. You can see movement below you through the opening in the floor, and from this, with the very dim light that's in this space, it's a little bit lost beneath you, because it's like a 10-12 foot drop, but it almost looks like rats scurrying about around the outside of this cart, where there's a couple of barrels sitting on it, and the sound is almost unbearable. It's that sound of scratching and sort of leaves rustling, and it's continuous.
Is there a window in this room?
There's several windows, 2, 3, 4 of them, like 2 that look out over the front.
That's true, because I looked inside.
Yeah. And you got one to the side. So looking through the windows, you can see, even in the darkness outside, the light from the window that's giving you a little bit, you can just see that there's a lot of these creatures around the front of the building.
Right.
Hard to estimate numbers.
Staff, can I tell that it might have been something else, like it's corrupted? Like if I have a look at it, would I be able to get a sense that maybe it's not what it used to be, and there might be something that can be done about it?
You don't have a lot of skill in the arcane.
No.
You're definitely not a druid.
I'm not a druid.
So you would.
Not even Druish.
I don't know that you would have enough of an understanding of it.
Yeah. It's grim thinking, well, I don't want to tell Jarek he can't have his pointy stick because he's going to tell me to get fucked, but I'm thinking like of Arcos maybe going to Orban and saying like, is there something you could do to make that less itchy?
I would say roll an insight check for me, because knowing Arcos' skill set and knowing his past and history, there would be things that he's seen, that he's been aware of, that he's done in his past that would give him some information. But at the moment, because of your current state, even with a 9, I mean, I would say you can tell that it's not okay. Like, this is not its original form. It's emanating this dark aura, and even in its presence you can feel the darkness coming from it, and it's very, very unnatural. Like, you've been around magical items before, and you've been around powerful magical items, but they don't give off the same almost hatred that this thing gives off. I mean, almost being like in its presence, you almost start to take on that feeling yourself because of your current situation, with the feelings that you're having, that you feel that anger and hate sort of rising in you, even being close proximity to it, which kind of forces you to back off a little bit.
Yeah. I'd say Arcos probably just looks at Orvan and he doesn't have the words to say like what he's thinking. Like it's a bit muddled, and he's just like, he's sort of looking to her and thinking there's some way hopefully she can help, and then just, you know, leaving it at that and sort of holding back, like just breaking the staff, because part of him just wants to fucking break it.
So you can see that Arcos is unnerved by the staff, 100%. I'd say, Orvan, if you move within close proximity of it, you feel that same energy from it. It's a dark, dark energy. Hatred. I mean, without using the cliche evil, it just has that blackness about it. It's almost pure hate is what you can feel coming from the staff. And even like Jarek, even though that you have that druidic ability, you've started to study that within yourself, you feel that this thing is just, it's not what it should be.
And to be clear, he's not holding it in his hand with awe and wonderment. He's looking at it with a sense of, how do we deal with this? Like, because
you're holding it,
so it's almost a burden.
Yeah, so you've been holding it now for a few minutes, I would say. I need you to make a Constitution save. DC's low because you are a druid, but it is starting to have an effect on you even in this moment. You've been holding it in your hand for a little bit. 14. You're okay for now, but you feel the rot creeping from the staff, and you can feel it in your hand, you can feel it in your wrist and your forearm. Whatever, I mean, the longer you hold it, the more intense this feeling gets. You can feel it sort of creeping up. It's very slow, but it's creeping up your hand and up your wrist, almost like it's not taking over. It's not the right term, but it's definitely an intense feeling, and it's growing.
Feel like
holding it in
I
one
can
hand or two hands.
It's a staff.
Sounds
It's
like
not a tall
like,
staff.
what-
Like, just to give you guys context, the staff itself is about 4.5 feet in length.
Like
So it's not very,
cane-sized?
yeah, it's not very big. It's got the longer, like I don't want to say the word because I know you guys will get the giggles. But the base of the thing has it's like an old branch from an old oak tree, but not as fat. Like it's thin, a thin dark branch. The end of it is kind of bound with smaller branches to make it look almost like a broom, for want of a better term. But it's a gnarled old broom. It's got bits sticking out everywhere, and it's not a. You've got to think these druids. This guy you've just killed was barely 5.5 feet tall, even for a human. So the staff wasn't big. Like, it's not like a 6-foot staff that most like you see grand wizards carrying, like the big long staves with the crystals at the top. This is nothing like that. It's about 2/3 the length.
I feel like seeing Jarek looking at it really intently, and then Alkos kind of just really staring at me quite a bit and not putting into any kind of word like what he's thinking. I'd be like, I'm gonna take off like my cloak and kind of just walk over to Jarek and try to maneuver it around the thing, and then just, Jarek, are you okay? What? Can I take this from you?
I'm fine at the moment. It's not a great thing. I'm okay, but we saw what it did to Ripple.
Roll a wisdom save, Jarek.
You're fine.
You're fine. You feel
I'm totally
comfortable.
fine.
You feel comfortable giving it to Orban.
I'm
I
just
hold it
gonna
out,
wrap
but I don't let it
without-
go.
Mm.
I'm like offering it for you to take, but I'm hesitant on letting it go until I see what it does to you.
Yeah. So you start to wrap it.
I will I will let you study this later if you want. We just cannot, with bare hands, I don't think,
So
touch this.
you start to wrap it in your cloak. Then you take hold of the staff through the cloak. You can make a wisdom save for me, but at advantage. So hold Alt and then make the wisdom save. You're good. Seems that your lady is protecting you somewhat in this moment, as you can feel the hatred even seeping through your cloak as you take hold of the staff. Druid, you would see the discomfort in Orban's eyes as she takes it, but then she sort of steels herself and seems fine. Do you let it go in that moment?
Tariq or me?
Druid, sorry.
You tell me.
Yeah, I'd say you're okay. Like,
Okay.
just you're
If it was,
hesitant,
if
but
it was
you
any
do.
lower than a 10, I would have,
yeah.
would have held on to it.
I would have said that you couldn't let it go either. I think you're okay, but your first roll was pretty good. So, you let it go. Well, one, you take it. You finish wrapping it up. You double wrap it, but you can feel the hatred seeping through your cloak. Even it's not affecting you in any way at this point, but it's definitely a very, very dark piece. And indeed, this is probably the darkest you've felt in a long time. Even being in this place, which has been dark from the time you've gotten here, this whole place feels wrong. But this particular piece is just absolute hatred.
It's fine. It's completely fine.
I wanted to one of the windows and just open it a little bit, but without showing myself. And from behind the window, I try and mimic the voice of the druid, and I'll just say in druidic, "You are dismissed, my pretties."
You do so. I'm not going to make you make a performance check in druid. The madness in their voice is quite easy to emanate. It's just they were quite crazy. It's quite clear. Change the octave of your voice a little bit, and it was probably the rest of you probably find it a little unnerving. Probably how good it actually did sound. However, has no effect on the creatures outside. They seem to not react to you at all.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
Looking down, would I see anything different than most people?
How do you mean? Looking down the hole in
Because I
the
can
loading
see
deck.
further down. Yeah.
Oh,
down
you
the
got through
hole.
the dark vision,
So I can
yeah.
see 120. I have 120 feet.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
wondering if
I
I could
would
see,
say,
like, oh, I
yeah,
can
if you
jump
look down the hole,
Oh.
you can see that there are vine blights, there's twig blights, they're just all milling around the cart. They're not doing anything yet. They just seem to just be moving around, almost like they've been instructed to not let anything leave, almost. The ones outside, if you take a look outside the window, are the same thing. There's literally hundreds of them, like too many to count. As you look out, it's just a sea of twigs, branches, vines, and bushes that all seem to be moving almost wave-like at the front of the winery. You look at that and you see no way of escape. Like, you are stuck here unless you can do something.
We need a fireball.
So, what are you doing now?
I was thinking about Reed's Last Stand, but not that.
Well, Van, you have the staff. You can, again, I see you can feel it through the cloak. It's not affecting you at this point, but I would say you're intelligent enough and have an understanding of dark magics and the divine to know that the longer that this is in your possession or in anyone's possession, that it's going to affect you in some way. Something needs to be done with it, and soon.
It's the old man. I'm saying this to the group.
What'd you say?
Where's
The old man?
the old man? Yeah.
What old man? Oh,
Old man.
Debian.
Debian.
Yeah.
He was
I mean,
back. He was
it's-
back in
he's
the
from
kitchen.
here.
Kids
He's been
just
here.
Went,
He'd
I
know
don't
more
know
about
if-
it than we do.
He's
from here.
He
He's
wanted
lived here
that
for how long?
stuff. Who knows? This winery has
So
been here
that's
for
shot.
hundreds of years. I mean, I can do something, but I can't do it right now.
I actually want to throw a torch out the window.
We don't want to ruin their winery.
Oh, into
They may hate
into the
us.
twiggy things, not into the winery.
Yeah, but if the fire spread, if it's dry, they'll come in. Let's
I mean, it's
Let's
raining
go
out.
find that dude.
So yeah, as you're sort of talking and dealing with, Stefania comes back and says, "Please come. Father wishes to speak to you. Bring that." As she sort of gives a real sort of sideways look and points to the bundle you're holding, just assuming that's what she thinks it is. And she turns and heads
Unless
back down the
swapped
hallway.
it out.
We don't. Yes, you may have. Roll a sleight of hand. So, you'll move back down the hallway and back into the living quarters. Arcos.
Yeah, so just before we do that, Arcos is going to think, like, it's very unlikely, but he's going to check the druid to see if he had anything else on him that
Okay.
might give him an idea of what to do with the
Roll investigation for me.
investigation. I'll be happy when I'm not rolling things at disadvantage anymore, I'll tell you that.
So, one more sleep to go, I believe.
Yes.
So 12. It's not terrible. You, I just need to make a quick roll. You find, let's see what you find. You find a potion of healing,
Hey.
in a small pouch on his left side. You find, let's roll that. Well, look at that. You find 90 gold.
Fucking hell.
He's a rich little druid, this fellow. You find a crumpled up piece of paper, which you can't read. Has some scrawlings on it. You're not sure what it is.
I've never learned to read.
And you reach into the last small pocket, just inside, you get a small pouch next to the money pouch, and you pull out a fistful of shit. And that's pretty much what you find.
Fucking delightful.
Did tell you they smell bad.
Yeah.
You can't be, and you have a handful of shit.
Yeah.
It's more than you had yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So net
so
positive
I mean,
that.
I would create water for him to wash his hands, but I haven't got any fucking spell slots left.
Just walk up to Tariq
What
and
happens
like,
when you
put his
land
hand
on one
on
hand
his
and
back?
wish in the
No.
other?
Lovely.
So Maddie was trying to wild shape into Goanna, but he turned into Guano.
Yeah, guano. All right. So as you move back into the living space, where Debian, Adrian, the other children, Stefania leads you to, like Dag, Thomascu, and are all waiting in there. And the moment you step in the room, Elvan, with the bundle you're carrying, Debian steps up, takes almost like half a step backwards, and gruffly says, "Place that on table. We need to destroy it immediately before it corrupts anything else. Please, quickly."
Will it hurt anybody else though? Because this one's already touched it, and
If you
I
do
have.
not touch, it will be fine. Just please place on table. So you roll it out onto the table, and immediately, all of you being in this close proximity, no need for a save. It's not that bad, but you all of you have that sense of dread almost come over you instantly, and then you have that rising sense of hatred. It's so we're going to go around the group here. This is little things. So we're going to start with Orvan because you were the closest to it. You dumped it out on the table. The sense of dread and hatred builds slowly in you. What is the one thing you would say that Orvan hates most in the world?
Not having a choice.
That sense of being here.
Having everything destiny
Yeah.
taken away.
So I'd say it's where you're at this moment. In this very moment, that sense of hatred builds in your mind. You're in this place. You had no choice to come here. You were brought here for some unfathomable reason. You have no understanding of it. You don't know why. And that makes you angry. To the point where it's you're almost seething with rage in this moment just thinking about it. It just brings it to the front of your mind. Just suddenly you just have this extreme anger towards being here. Not helping these people, not obviously helping your friends, but just being in this place just makes you angry. Reed, same for you. What is the one thing that you think makes Reed extremely angry? Like something he really hates?
His brother.
Describe what
Like
your
that-
brother would look like. The one, is this the brother that you inadvertently killed?
Almost killed.
Yeah, well, almost killed.
Almost killed.
What does he look like? Does he look like looking at anyone in the room?
A normal human.
Just a normal human?
No, he's a normal human. Like taller, but obviously like bigger than.
So yeah, so basically the things that Reed is not, more or less.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that is what you see in your mind, like this thought of your brother and how much better he was at things. He was able to chop down a tree faster. He was able to do this better and was always praised first for things that he did. The look in your parents' eyes when they found out what had happened, the disappointment, the fear, that all comes to the surface for you, and you just have this uncontrollable hatred for that in this moment. Arcos, same for you.
Arcos hates the fact that he couldn't protect his friends. He couldn't save his crew. He hates the man he used to be for not being enough.
And that I'd say that would definitely, I mean, that plays on Arcos' mind constantly. It's something that's made Arcos who he is today. That constant self-doubt, self-loathing. And in this moment, that all comes to the surface. You're normally pretty good at hiding it. I would say in this moment, probably for the first time, that shows in your face.
Yeah.
That almost self-content.
And he pulls that scarf that he has up, like sort of like trying to hide himself from the world, like just sort of.
No problem. Ripple. Same question for you. What does Ripple
being
hate?
landlocked.
Of course you would. Not having connection with water for the first time in many years. Many years. I mean, you've been landlocked before, but not like this. Not when water's so close and you feel you cannot go there, or you have no connection to it. That would make you extremely angry indeed. Zarik, same question for you.
Jarik hates the overburdening pressure that he feels when people are downtrodden, angry, oppressive around him.
He hates his
Can't
group at this
stand
moment.
being, well,
The look of disdain burrows across Jarik's brow.
he doesn't understand why people can't see the positives in things.
Makes sense. I mean, that's pretty much Jarik in a nutshell. He seems to see the silver lining in every thundercloud, so to speak. And that's in every situation, which is kind of infuriating for a lot of people. So on the other side of that coin, obviously you having those same feelings about why you just don't understand it. Why are people like this? Why can't they just see the good in things? What the fuck? It bubbles to the surface somewhat. And I would say you'd probably shoot a glare or two without even realizing at members of your group. And no one would really notice it because you're all in your own heads in this moment. The staff, whatever it is messing with everybody. Once you sort of snap out of it and come around to what's happening, Davian has taken a step forward towards the staff, and he raises his arms up and starts moving his hands in a motion resembling a spell, some kind of spell incantation. He's mumbling words that you don't understand. It's not in any language, it's just a mumbling. He's sort of mumbling to himself. His form slowly shifts and he takes on the more avian form, although his feathers no longer that onyx black. They have a sort of a grey tinge to the ends as his age depicts. You see Stefania, very concerned look on her face, takes a step towards her father, and he raises a feathered hand towards her, and she stays herself. And he starts to move again, muttering and almost squawk-like sometimes as his beak starts to mimic a spell. As he does so, the staff starts to slowly levitate from the table and starts to twist and turn. The aura increases and darkens as it does so. Starts to rotate end on end and around, sort of twisting in no sort of general direction, just starts to spin. Stefania looks at you all and just motions for you all to take a step back. As she does so, so does the rest of the family. They take a step back. Davian's eyes roll back in his head and he puts his hands forward, and a shock of white, gold, and arcane blue energy releases from both his hands, connects with the staff, almost lightning-like, but there's no sound. It's just pure light coming from it. The staff starts to sort of shake and violently spin backwards and forwards and in different directions. You can see, if he could sweat, if you could see the sweat on the feathers of Davian's brow, you would see that he is struggling. You can see he's really struggling to hold whatever spell this is. This goes on for 10-15 minutes. He sort of starts to stagger. Then Dag Tomascu steps forward, his form shifting, and he starts to join in with this spell. And he then joins and creates a connection with the staff as well. This gives Davian a little bit more energy, and he sort of stands more upright. Another 10 or 15 minutes of this as the blackness of the staff starts to dim and shrink. And then suddenly, without any warning, the staff shatters and splinters in hundreds of pieces, sending debris across the whole room. You have to shield your eyes as to not be peppered with shards of onyx and brown wood. Davian collapses to the ground. His form shifts almost immediately back to human form. You can see the sweat running down his face. He's breathing extremely heavily. Stefania goes to his side almost immediately. "Father, are you okay?" And he looks up and sort of drops back into her arms, and he simply says, "The curse is broken. Tell him this place is his now." And he breathes out. His eyes glaze over, and he breathes no more.
Am I able to spare the dying?
That doesn't stop someone from... Oh, it does stop them from dying, but I would say you can try it.
I'll try it.
You cast a spell. I thought you had no spell slots left.
It's a cantrip.
Okay. Easy enough. You cast Spare the Dying. You would know. You'd feel it. There's nothing to hang on to. Like, there's nothing to stop from passing. Yeah. Whatever has happened, you're not sure, but he is gone. Stefania's eyes well up. His son, Adrian and Dag move to his side. The children start to cry. They're in the back of the room. They start to cry. It is a mournful scene. This man has passed. Stefania looks up and looks at you and just simply says, he has given his life to destroy this piece. The one thing you noticed almost immediately, the sound of rustling, branches cracking, scraping against wood, has fallen silent.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone moves to the window, you look out the window and you just see a sea of branches and twigs unmoving in the courtyard of the vineyard. Seems that whatever magic was in the staff, since it has been destroyed, it has rendered all of these creatures no longer a threat, or at least inert. And obviously what Stefania says, will you help us perform last rites, or father?
Absolutely.
We wait till first light, first rays of dawn, such as it is in this place. Rest now, please. You have rendered us great service, but we also must send word to Bulaki and let my brother know that father is dead and that he now is in charge of clan. They have not spoken for a long time, but I'm sure that he will take his place, as is our tradition. The two young boys, Martin and Vigo, sort of move to their grandfather's side and almost all at once they all switch into their avian form and start almost cooing like a pigeon, just soft bird sounds. Again, nothing you understand. It seems to be some form of ritual that they perform themselves. And what do you guys do in this moment? Do you stay or do you move yourselves from the room at this time? It is late, it's probably well past midnight. I mean, you guys will be tired. You've been in a couple of battles. It's been a long night. What are you doing in this moment?
Ripple would be upset that she couldn't help, so she'd probably just go and sit in the corner and
Okay.
watch what they're doing.
Anybody
I'm
else?
going to go to one of the spare rooms, probably the room I came in through the window, and sit on the furniture that's in there, and
Okay.
just pull out the bottle of wine that I shared with Arcos when giving him a massage, and I'm just going to start drinking.
Okay. Reed?
Reed is just going to take a knee in that room with his weapon, up, kind of, and until they, move the body and then find somewhere to sleep.
So you would say for the first time in a long time, your weapon is still in this moment? As normally it's always moving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Moment of stillness from Reed. Arcos, what are you doing in this moment? And I would also, just to add to that feeling of hatred is instantaneously gone. The moment their staff is shattered, all that darkness and hatred and fear that was emanating from it is instantly gone.
Which, just sorry to jump in there, is why Jarek is having a drink, because he usually feels those feelings as a subconscious thing and not really brought them to the fore. So
Okay.
to have thought those things as a fore thing, he feels ashamed.
Okay, noted. Arcos.
So Arcos sort of carries that feeling, as you said, like all the time, and he's still sort of feeling it. So he's still got the scarf up, and he just silently goes and like sits with his like ripples in the corner. He sort of like sits next to her and sort of just leans up, and he sort of like tucks himself in to like sleep. And he doesn't say anything. He's just decided that's where he's going to sleep.
No problem. Orvan.
With that still feeling of like hatred and like the one thing that is, you know, I hate not having a choice, and that's like that's making me the most distraught about this situation, because that we could have had something else, some other choice to for that. He didn't have to be the one that that died in this particular instance, and that was another thing that's just been taken away. And she's outwardly hurt by all of this, and is like very much as distressed as probably more distressed than the family is, I would say, because they all seem very stoic and they're okay with it, but she hates the fact that it's come to this and that they had to lose a member of their family from it. So she is crying and not handling it very well, but is also trying to recoup and then offer any assistance with maybe laying out the body or clearing out the house or anything like that.
So I would say
busy work.
Yeah, I would say after a time, they retake their humanoid forms, and the two older boys, Dags and Adrian, do pick up their father. They wrap his body, like they pick him up, lay him out on the table initially, and then wrap his body in his own cloak, pull his hood down over his face, and then pick him up and carry him into the next room. There's an adjacent room directly off the room that you guys are in, which was formerly his bedroom. You aid them in that, and what you find in that room is a big four-poster bed, but there's a cradle and two smaller beds that have also been laid out in this room, obviously for the time being, while his daughter and son-in-law and their children were staying. They were using his room as theirs for the time being. They lay him out on the bed and sort of just stand silently with him for a while, and then they leave the room and leave them there sort of laid out, ready to do whatever they're going to do the next day. They thank you for your assistance and just say to you that this kind of like I think Stefania picks up on your grief and kind of a little bit of what you're going through, not understanding what's happened, and just simply quietly pulls you aside and sort of whispers to you, this had to happen. We knew it was coming. But this was my father's purpose for this land. We knew the day that they came that this would happen. It was foreseen. We are not bound by choices, but by set paths. You were here for a reason. You came here, you freed us. Gave us opportunity to remove this evil from these lands. Take solace in that. And she turns and goes to tend to her children.
Sorry, I was muted.
It's all good.
Stupid freaking thing. I was like,
If you wanted to say something to her before she left, you can.
I lost it now because I couldn't get it to unlock. It's a serious moment.
It's all good.
I think I think she's just finally not finally understanding that a lot of cogs are working in against particular things, but yeah, things are lining up, and that we have to go with.
Yeah, I'd say that it's becoming very clear that, again, this place is not Faerun. This is not the Sword Coast. Whatever things working here, whatever entities are pulling the strings, if so to speak, there seems to be almost a design, a set way of doing things, and a set path of how things are played out in these lands. And I think probably, I would say, Orvan realizes that her and this group, the group of friends or allies that you're with, have a part to play yet still in this story. You're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. You've been brought here against your will. You had no idea it was happening, but you're here for some reason. What that is, you're not 100% sure just yet. Hasn't revealed itself to you, but I say your connection with your deity was as strong as ever on this night, which probably gives you a lot more comfort than distress. Because it's probably the first time since you've been here that you've felt that connection.
Well, I did feed her all of this, so maybe this means you guys will be more lucky in your endeavors from now. I wish that for you.
And with that, you all eventually find a place to lay your heads for the evening. As the early morning creeps on, you eventually come to rest. However, rest is not exactly peaceful for any of you this night, as it seems something or someone has been angered by your actions. You all sleep restlessly. Many of you still slightly affected by the despair that this place is holding over you. Right, I need every single one of you to make a wisdom save, please. This is a DC 18 wisdom save. Jarek fails. Orvan succeeds. Puck fails. Ripple succeeds. Reed fails.
Oh, Evil also.
Fails.
Sorry, we didn't take off that luck from me, so you still have a luck, by the way.
Yes, I know. That's fine. You don't really need it for this moment. Orvan succeeds, Ripple succeeds, everyone else fails. So, for those that you have failed, Reed, we'll start with you. I know you succeeded. Jarek, we'll start with you. Did you? No, not Reed. Reed, you failed. You got a 4. We'll start with you, definitely. You got the lowest. So, Reed, what is going through Reed's mind in this moment? What are his thoughts? And this is not just surface thoughts, because you failed quite dramatically here. What do you think is running through Reed's mind? And deep thoughts too, like this is going a little bit more beyond what's just happened this night. We're talking probably the whole time you've been here, the experiences you've had. What is Reed thinking about as he goes to sleep?
Well, for starters, he's wondering if his family would have done something like this for him if he died.
Makes sense.
So that's on his mind. But also, to an extent, he's wondering if, like, maybe his curse, in a sense, has anything to play with this.
Makes sense that would
With
be
the whole-
on his mind. Delving a little deeper, delving a little deeper than that. How would he be feeling within himself in this moment? Is he afraid? Is he is he concerned about anyone in
He doesn't
particular?
think he's doing enough.
Okay. So he's concerned that he's not working to his full potential. He's not doing enough to help his allies.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, very much so.
Okay. I'll leave you there. Who was the next lowest? Arcos. Same question.
So Arcos still sort of thinking about his past failings. I think he would go to sleep sort of thinking about his crew. He's still got that connection with the Alera, which he's just sort of reconnected. Like, he's still got that attachment to her that is giving him the ability to be proficient with those alchemist tools. And I think there comes a point where he's focusing so much on the man he was that almost like corporeally in his mind he sees that version of himself, and it just like starts goading him into, he's like, you weren't enough, like this is a lesser version of what we used to be, like you failed, you fucked up, and now you're nothing. Like, just because in his mind he thinks of that version of himself as being dead.
Yeah.
And so
fair to say that you'd be that. Yeah, it's fair to say that that version of Arcos would be extremely taunting. You're a coward.
Yeah.
You run when you should fight. You are better than that. What happened to you? Like, and I would imagine that goes on for quite some time, even into dream state, which would have you tossing, really moving. You're not comfortably sleeping. You're moving in your sleep. You're twisting. You're turning. When you do eventually lie down, you toss and turn. Definitely finding it difficult to get a restful night. I mean, you'll get a full rest, but it's definitely unnerving, and it probably will continue to play on your mind a little bit after waking as well. You will, however, after a long rest, remove your current plight, as we'll read. So we will remove those disadvantages next game. You can probably do it now if you want to, if you remember how. And Jarek, as well. Your thoughts, and surface and slightly and deeper thoughts as well, although yours probably won't be quite as deep as the others because they were relatively lower than you.
Well, I was going to say the deeper thoughts would come out in the dream. He's still having the same thoughts of like, why is it so hard for people to put the negativity aside? But when he goes to sleep, he has this dream where it starts at a point where they're standing around the table and the staff is on the table, and he starts to feel those feelings, and it ends at a different spot. Well, it ends at the same spot every single time, but with a different outcome. First, he thinks about what would have happened if the curse wasn't broken, if it was failed. What would they have done with it then? He pictures himself, and he dreams that he identifies it and learns more about it, and maybe has a better acknowledgement of what to do with it. And then that dream ends, and then it resets again back at the same spot, and he thinks about that feeling that rises to the surface, and these people don't respect him. They don't like him. Even Reed's giving him a cold eye for not helping him when he was under the vampirism. And he considers, well, nobody is watching and nobody is prepared, reaching out, grabbing the staff, immediately casting kinetic jaunt and just bolting from the property. Nobody would be able to keep up with him, especially if he cast Blade Song to start at the same time, and just getting away and seeing what would happen. and that dream ends. And then there's another version where he starts off in the same place, standing around. And for some reason, there's, in that moment, everybody links hands together and they all work to destroy the staff. It's not the end of Davian, because the combined power is enough to do it. And you know, at the end of the feelings that he gets from that, and he's like, again, that feeling washes over. Why can't people think of these things? Why does it always have to be an immediate rush to be negative? That's the sort of dreams that he keeps having in a recurring state.
Noted. With that, Orvan and Ripple, who saved, how much did you save by is the question. Ripple with a 21. Orvan with a 20. So I would say just very superficial surface thoughts from you, Ripple, and Orvan. So we'll start with Ripple. So just your basic surface thoughts as you go to sleep. Immediate thoughts.
My immediate thoughts. Arkos sat down next to me, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He did. I would move in, and as I'm going to sleep, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's what you say. What are your immediate thoughts after going to sleep?
That would be
No, personal thoughts.
personal thoughts.
These are things that are running through your mind.
Why did he have to die?
Yeah, that's all we need from you. So your surface, as you think, you're thinking about Davian and what he did and his sacrifice and why. No problem. All right. Same thing for you. Just the basic surface thoughts going through your mind as you try to find rest.
That I want to do what I can and get stronger and maybe contact the prince.
Noted.
Because I'm still thinking about praying to him.
Okay. Do you, though, in this moment, having that thought come through, do you try and reach out to the prince in prayer or thought, or do you leave it at this moment?
I'm going to sleep. Like these thoughts are as we're drifting off.
Yeah,
right?
as you're drifting off. Yeah.
Yeah, she might bolt back up again, and thinking that's right. I thought that might be something that could help us in our plight, in our what we're trying to do. And her faith has already been renewed a little bit with the fact that hit came through.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe with getting somebody else on the side, and as thinking that these are like he's a god, perhaps maybe I can reach out. So yeah, I will try and send a prayer out.
Sitting upright, you sort of look around. I'm not sure whether you would have stayed in the same room as anybody else or found a quiet space, making sure probably you're not anywhere when people can maybe hear what you're saying, or whether it's a silent prayer. You reach out with your mind and in prayer, asking Prince Strahd for aid, or what specifically are you trying to sort of say to him?
That we just for guidance, for help, for navigating the lands that we're in.
Okay.
We're just trying to get out.
You don't get any response.
That we seek his, I guess, audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get any response, as you probably didn't expect a response from it, but it was worth a shot. You reach out. You feel like you've projected this thought, this prayer out into the ether. Whether it's been heard, you're not entirely sure. But you probably feel a little bit better within yourself, having tried anyway, at the very least. Whether something comes of this, you're not 100% sure. But eventually you do find sleep, and it seems to be a relatively peaceful sleep, despite the situation that you've just been through. And same for you, Ripple. Your sleep is probably a little bit more, definitely a lot more peaceful than Arcos is next to you. In fact, I would say he would probably accidentally nudge you awake on occasion as he's moving and twisting and turning and just not getting comfortable. To the point where you'd probably watch him for a minute or two just to make sure he's okay, and then eventually drift back to sleep yourself. And as sleep finds you all, finally, we will end our session there, and we'll end this will be our final session for 2025, as we are coming into that Christmas period, that nutty season, crazy season where it's hard to get players together, especially across multiple time zones, work dues, Christmas dues and such. So we will be ending it here or pausing it here, not ending it. It'll be pausing of Land of the Lost until after the new year. Keep an eye on the Discord for the new dates. I'll probably do it probably mid December, mid to late December. I'll post the new dates in the chat. Players, let me know if you're going away or anything like that over that sort of time. We'll probably look at coming back sometime the first or second week of January, based on my home game as well, because we've got to run opposite sides of that game too. So ends here. Strad wins again. Thanks, Drax. But no, so that will be our pausing of this story for the time being. Thank you, team. Thank you, players, for joining us again for another brilliant session. Well done with your combat. You did well, and brilliant RP as always. This is turning out to be a pretty good story. I'm enjoying this playthrough of Curse of Strahd. For those of you watching at home or on the YouTube, this is a Curse of Strahd, 5e Curse of Strahd campaign, which I have tweaked a little bit. I have played this before, I've DM'd this before, and it's a reimagining of it, where as Land of the Lost, where our players have found themselves stranded in the land of Barovia. Some names have changed, some places have changed, some NPCs will make an appearance, others will not, but for all intents and purposes it is Curse of Strahd. So, saying that, we will say good evening, and thank you very much for joining us in the chat. Thank you, players, for joining us again for another week, and we will see you guys in the new year. Thank you very much. And goodbye.
I was about to wave. Bye.
They always try and wave, guys. It's funny. And we are ending.